Welcome to the jaw-dropping Swiss Alps and to one of the most iconic hotels in this region, the Villa Honegg. Located in the Bürgen peninsula, surrounded by Lake Lucerne, this Belle Époque style hotel has one of the most amazing views in the area, with the lake 500 meters down below, the wooden alpine chalets scattered along the hill and surrounded by patches of woodland and the snow-capped peaks in the distance. The weather can be quite dynamic around the lake, and while it dawned with a nice sunrise, the sun quickly started warming the lake's surface and the thin fog started covering it, and denser clouds formed higher above us. Nevertheless, we decided to enjoy this early morning spectacle from the Infinity Edge swimming pool, one of the most beautiful I've ever been to, and relax for a good hour or so before going for breakfast. Breakfast can be served both inside and outside, and as the weather didn't look like raining, we decided to sit on the terrace and have a slow, energizing meal, watching as the landscape constantly changed. We had a tiered tray with local fruit called cuts and jams, as well as a basket with fresh bread and pastries, and complemented with some pancakes and eggs Benedict for a simple yet delicious breakfast. In the distance, the landscape kept continuously changing, as if we were presented with a moving picture that unveiled its secrets just for a few seconds. After breakfast, we went on a slow morning hike around the area of the hotel, discovering the herbs and flowers garden and a small trail that leads you through the woods to the top of the Bürgen mountain with the most panoramic views of Lake Lucerne. Unfortunately, the sky had once again closed and we didn't go all the way to the top, but still had a very nice time and great views along the way. As we started feeling some light rain coming down on us, we took the rest of the morning to relax inside the hotel. With a beautiful classical decoration, the hotel has a few nice amenities you can enjoy in both good and bad weather. The restaurant room is absolutely beautiful, and while you can have dinner outside on the terrace in summer, as the weather gets colder, it is here that dinners are served. You can also book the cinema room and choose a movie from their streaming options and spend a perfect time with your family. In the wellness area, the gym with views to the landscape is another perfect place to spend an hour or two a day, especially when the weather does not allow for long hikes. Of course, you can also enjoy the pool and sauna areas for full relaxation. While the weather did not improve dramatically, we still put our beds back in a no-rain afternoon and went for a hike to the famous Stäubifall. Located deep into a valley, you hike for around 45 minutes along a small water stream and past a few small waterfalls until you arrive at the very end, where there is a small village and the waterfall roars right behind a few of the houses. The way there is not particularly hard, and the views of the waterfall behind the village and the whole scenery of the valley make it very much worth the tour, even if it rains for a little bit. As we got back to the car and out of the valley, we were surprised by a beautiful sunny weather in the areas surrounding the lake and it seemed that we had chosen to go where the weather was the more overcast. We spent then the rest of the sunny afternoon back in Villa Honegg. Before getting changed for a more casual outfit, I couldn't help but admire the beautiful light that was entering the bedroom. We got a very spacious corner suite with views to the lake and the mountains in the distance. The whole style was very classic and sober, but very tasteful and welcoming at the same time. After admiring all that beauty from the comfort of our suite, we went down to the terrace for a late afternoon cocktail and soak in the views of the lake and the hillsides bathed by the golden sunlight. After a good hour of pure relaxation and amazement at the landscape, and as the sun started setting behind the hotel, we went inside for dinner. Here I had one of the best dinners in my whole stay in Switzerland. Their entrée and the mousse-bouche were so very good, and the whole food, celebrating the richness of the Swiss produce, was such a highlight on my stay. The restaurant is open to both guests and non-guests of the hotel, so if you are around the area, I really recommend booking a table here. For all my recommendations for the Swiss Alps, do check my travel guide that I have just launched. As the night was still young, and just as it started raining back again, I felt like the deserted swimming pool was calling out for me, and I gave in and went for a late swim under the rain, with barely anything in sight amidst the darkness and the fog. And that was a beautiful way to end my amazing stay at Villa Honegg. Thank you for watching this first video of my recent stay in the Swiss Alps. Next week, I'll be sharing another beautiful hotel and a day full of activities, so if you are not already, don't forget to subscribe to stay tuned.